Yay! And already, already with the ding ding. Hang on just a second. Nope, that's not how we do it. Ah. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Got those notifications turned off. I hope everyone is doing amazing. It's been a minute since I've seen you guys. Give me just a second here while some more people jump on. My chair is giving me trouble. I have one of those scary chairs that the hydraulics thing in it is, it has a mind of its own, so it drops you on your bottom every once in a while. That's kind of a scary. Can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, make a comment. Hi. Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm trying to set this up where I quit bumping it so much, but it's just probably impossible here. Give me a second. The bump should stop in a minute, maybe. We shall see. I think I'm going to get rid of my thingy. It'll be easier. Okay, I see. Hello, Jen, Trina. Hello. Hi, Yvonne. Hello. Hi, Rachel. Thank you, guys. Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Okay, so tonight we are doing something fun. And I'm sorry it's not on a rock. I didn't have time to prep a rock. But my advice for you, if you are just starting out, or if you're intimidated by watercolor, like I am sometimes still, start out on paper, because paper is so much easier than a rock. I know that Santorinis are your best way to go if you're going to use watercolor on a rock, or a coat of gesso. Just, you got to give it some tooth to grab onto. While river rocks have tooth, they're too bumpy usually, and your watercolor will just kind of, bleed out into other areas. If you're wanting to do detailed stuff, if you're just wanting to do a wash like this, that's perfectly good. Anyway, so tonight I'm also offering, I have some new things happening. One, I got a laser printer. Woohoo! I came into this century. And two, the prints are back. So this means rice paper, not color, rice paper outlines, tissue prints, and watercolor paper prints now. And you can either get a coloring book style, or I can make them any way you want them. 5x7, a whole sheet of ATC size, images. And these are my images, so not that I drew them, but I requested them from my beautiful assistant chat. Anyways, this is Granny's Gone Wild. I love it so much. And just, I just made up some things that I see a lot of. So flowers. And this is going to be in our the bee kit coming up. It's called the pollinators this year. We're focusing on bees, hummingbirds, and butterflies. And then, you know how I love mermaids. And the sentiments. I'm just throwing these up here, not focusing on this for today, just showing you kind of what's up. I think I may have shown that already. And then I went down a rabbit hole with Cowgirl Fairies, and I just think it's the funnest thing ever. Anyways, I've been working a lot on these images to make them perfect and ready to paint. So you can order them on watercolor paper, tissue prints, or rice paper. Or you can, if I could figure out how to do it digitally, you can download them and trace them yourself. And then this, I think, is my favorite. And then there's a set of DTFs that I have been having trouble reordering, and every time I get it lately, it comes in vinyl instead of DTF. So I went ahead and put it into a paintable form so that we can paint it. And it's my Aspen Fairies. So, anyways, that's what I've been playing with in the evenings, because during the day I'm packing orders. Thank you guys so much. Finally finished up with, if you didn't get an invoice, send me a message, because I've got all the invoices out. If, you know, we've been talking back and forth, then obviously we've made arrangements, but everybody should have an invoice. Who else is on here? Hi, Becky. Isn't Granny Gone Wild so fun? I love it, dude. I love it. Thank you. Thanks, Jen. Okay, so recently I made these two exclusive for the table sale, and there's light and dark. If you picked these up, it's called the Chameleon, Spring Chameleons Dark, Spring Chameleons Light. So if you picked these up, I'm going to swatch them. And then this is the new chrome set, not exclusive for the table sale, but these are new. And then I have a kit out, and I introduced it at the table sale, and I'm going to expand on that. It's a beginner watercolor, pretty much everything you need to get started. You get the prints, either any size you want them, and you get to pick whatever you want. You don't have to pick from my stuff either. You can just give me, you know, an idea, and then I'll go create some images, and when we settle on something, then I'll print them out for you. Anyways, you get, this is Prang. Oh, I tore off my label, but if you, I don't know if you guys remember, but in school, a lot of times, if you ever took art class, Prang is always in the classroom, either in acrylic or tempera or these fun little cake watercolors. They're amazingly pigmented, and I did all of my art that you saw posted with these. And I did it with the brush that comes in it so that I could show you guys. You don't have to be advanced. You don't have to have special tools. You know, you don't have to stress out about all that. You don't have to buy my stuff. You can use inexpensive things. You know, now I can't find my dang thing. Oh, here they are. I'm sorry, I have a lot of stuff over here. Anyways, here's the original 3 that I posted. So there's the cowboy or cowgirl fairy, my bee. Turn on my flash so we get a little bit of sparkle here so you can see it, because there's lots of bling bling. Yeah, see the difference that made? Woohoo! Anyways, I'm going to do all 3 of these images tonight so you can see how fast and how much you don't need to stress about this. And then this is actually the swatch of this. And all I did was traced my stencil, with a pencil in there. I forgot to put the star in there. And then I got it all. I used my water brush and made it all just where I was putting the watercolor, made it wet. And then I took and dabbed in the watercolor, and that's how you do that in the fast, quick, easy way. And then here is that palette on top of this to get that. So in the kit you get my watercolor concentrates, all 12 colors in minis, plus the Prang set, plus, ta-da, these are all new colors. Haven't seen these before. This is 12 colors on a dot card that has 4 dots on it. It's about equivalent to 4 dots on a dot card in there too, with everything else you get. The water brush. There's so much stuff, and I haven't posted it like in the group yet. It was just at the table sale in a photograph. So I was like, I haven't had a moment yet, but anybody who got it will, you guys will have a little one-on-one with me to learn what I was thinking. Sometimes I just don't have time, and I mean well. Now I can't find my actual watercolor paper, so I'll probably work on the back. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to swatch these two because this is what I used in addition to the chrome on these. Mainly these because the chrome is not in the set, so I just added a little bit of chrome in this one. Mary Reeves. Oh, thank you, Mary. Oh, I'm so glad she did. Thank you. Hi, Maureen. Glenda, hello. So, guys, we have an opportunity here for Glenda to do a giveaway. So please comment. Please, please, please comment. I can see the comments on my live even after it closes. Sometimes you guys can't, but I can see who was here. And if one of my admins, I know I'm going to put you guys to work. So who's all here right now? Jen, get a pen. Sorry, I can't see all my comments. I think it was Trina and Jen. Anyways, we're going to keep track of everybody who makes a comment. Can you hear me, Trina and Jen? Sorry, I just am totally hitting you guys with this last second. Anyways, we're going to try to keep track of who makes a comment. Thank you. I know, I'll try to keep this one short tonight so that this doesn't get out of hand. I'm not talking about every comment, but if you see someone, say hi, yeah, just, like jot down a little bit of their name so that I can figure it out. Anyways, you're going to go on a wheel, random generator, and be entered for a prize from Miss Glenda. And if you haven't received a prize from her, you guys know that they are amazing. And she's very gracious and generous with my product, and I can't, just so much love out there. Thank you very much, Glenda. Hello, Mary. Welcome. Okay, so we're going to get to work here because I want to paint. I haven't painted in a while. I know I painted those ones, but I haven't painted in a while. So I posted this in the group just right before I jumped on, so I apologize. These are your images if you want to trace them. I'm going to be doing this one, and this one, the three that I shared with you. Wait. Oh, they added... Okay, those are a little different. You can't trust AI these days. They change things. And we got butterfly wings instead of fairy wings. But hey, it's similar. So, anyways, we're going to go with it. I am going to cut them out so that I have more room to work. So... Okay, let's see here. Whoops. Yeah, I'm not cutting very straight, so I will be sending out these paintings to somebody as well. So you guys, somebody will get a little painting from me. Actually, two somebodies. I'll be sending out 2 of each one. And I'll try to, make my little cuts better on those. When I send them out, I'll trim them up a bit better. So, I also have a EcoTank inkjet printer that is how I printed these. And a couple things. They bleed. The inkjets do. That's why I bought the laser printer. But it was kind of in my favor because the outlines end up really looking like pencil and they kind of dissolve. So you don't see, it doesn't look, like it was printed, does it? I don't think it does. But anyways, that was just my take on it. So you can request inkjet or laser also. So sticking with the kit, and I showed you the swatch on this one. I'll swatch these right now really quick on the back of this. And then we'll be busy. So these are the ones that were at the table sale. I know you guys were like, I didn't see a swatch, and I apologize for that. I'm going to go ahead and activate everything. There's 500 watercolors over here, and the praying. You guys are going to be so surprised. I don't make traditional watercolor because I'm really terrible at it. So that's why you don't see it. I did it twice, and I just really, I don't love doing it, so I don't like to do that. I don't want to do things that I don't love, because then I feel like that kind of negativity wears off over to you guys, and if I'm frustrated with it, it won't have happiness wrapped up in it, you know? Anita! Hello. All right, so the Chameleon Dark, and if my stuff's really creamy, so if you notice, it just picks up a ton, so you don't need a lot. Isn't that cool? Just boom, and ready to go. This is the dark set, Chameleon Dark, and I'm gonna do it on a black here too. I can't even tear a straight. Now this is not watercolor paper, so it's kind of weird. It's like, I don't even know what it is, but it's not even good cardstock. So sometimes it actually bleeds, and sometimes it repels water, just depending on what kind of a mood it's in. This color right here is so underrated. It looks terrible I mean, it's just like, what a weird color is that? But it is such a beautiful chameleon, and it does a rainbow of things if you can get it on a curved surface. Like, it's sort of brown, and then it's fuchsia, and then it's pink and purple, and it even has green in there and gold. So it's pretty fun. When they dry, I'll shift them around so you guys can see it. You know, I should be doing these in long lines. Let me do that. Treat it. That way I can bend them and you can see what I'm talking about. I hear my husband. They went and grabbed some supper because I was like, I'm busy. Sorry. I don't name each individual watercolor because my brain can't take it. So I tried it. That's why I release most things in sets. Hi, Lydia. Hi, friend. I'm glad you jumped on, though, because Glenda's going to do a giveaway. Or we're going to do a giveaway in honor of Glenda. She's going to ship the prize. I won't be doing it tonight, but when we're all done with the live, we're going to tally the names, and then the giveaway will be done in the group on Facebook at Creative Rock Art and Foil Techniques, and at a future date, probably by Miss Anita when she's up to it. This color right here might be my favorite in the dark. It's a sneaky orange with some gorgeous fuchsia shift, obviously gold and green. Isn't that amazing? Oh my gosh. It's such a rare color you don't see often. I'll put this over here on this one. And y'all can't see down there, so let me move this up. Sorry. Okay. I usually don't keep them so close to each other. It's probably better not to, because then your colors will bleed into each other while you're using them. Get that pink yellow shift. Or yellow pink shift, sorry. Ooh, this one is so good. This is good for ghost light. Do you know what that is? Or God's light. So when you're making, like, say there's some clouds up here. Let's just do some clouds real quick. We'll do a moody black blue here. I'm just mixing. And then lots of water in there. Make it moody, right? So you get some clouds going. And then you can add like some God's light coming out of the clouds, you know, the rays coming down. And then they expand as they go. And they're basically invisible until you shift it, and then you see the God's light. Of course, my flash is messing it up, but when it dries, it also shows up better. So you can see a little bit of, there's like a lavender to it, and then a gold shift. What is going on with my light? Well, you know we're live, so you can see anything on a live, but I swear, look, look how vivid that is. It's crazy, crazy vivid. So when it dries, hopefully it'll be better for you to see, because it's beautiful in person. Well, here it is on white. You can see it pretty good. So can you see how that would make good, amazing coming through the cloud rays? So pretty. I'm all, okay, we're done. No. Right, this is the last color of the dark. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one is the first green here, and this is the second. So you can see they're very, very different. But now there you see the chameleon. That's what I'm talking about, friends. Now the one I'm telling you about, the sneaky one, the brown ugly color, that's right there. So you can never judge a chameleon by what it looks like. That's this color right here, and you watched it live. That color right there. This does that. Tell me that's not amazing. And I do have some of these left, so if you want one, you let me know. And they're no longer on sale, but I do have some available. And here they are on the white, and you also get, look at the orange. Oh my gosh, it's the best. I love it. Isn't it gorgeous? That, oh, it's so beautiful. Think sunsets and beaches, and like if you have a, let me see if I can get it to show up on this beauty. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous on dark? Look at it go. I know I never get to show you guys like the fun stuff with the paint, so you guys really are like, I don't know about that. Alright, so I'm going to put these up and watch the light ones really fast. I'm going to try to go faster with these. Get you out of my way. See, it's kind of drying a little bit, so you can see it better there now. Alright, so this is Chameleon Spring Light. And this is similar to the color we just used, but it has like even more of a purple tone to it. And you see that? Very similar, but more purple. Nice. Same gold undertone. This one is a pink to gold. They're similar but different. See the gold a bit orangier. On black it appears very much the same. The blue is a beautiful blue shift. And the blue shift has like a little bit of a lilac in it. See how it's like they are absolutely stunning colors. Now this pink to green is one of my favorites. It's a sneaker. And it can be seen more when it dries. Look at that green. Isn't that cool? Pink, green, pink. And pink to pink. I like the colors that shift within their own range too, because you get like a light and then like a lightning of the same color. Look at that. Kapow. In your face. And this is a green to green. These definitely show off on lighter colors, both sets. Chameleons generally are like on dark, you know, is the only way you can get them to work, but not these. These are, they like to show off on white or light backgrounds. This is a green to blue shift. That was like a peach to pink. When they dry, I'll have to show you their shift because they just don't really show until they're dry. Oops, I forgot to do this one over here. Okay, we'll let these dry and I'll show these to you in a bit. And I showed you the chrome swatch, so I'm not going to swatch them. And if you missed that, oopsie. Come on, go over there. They are right here. And I did a little video of me painting it, so there's a speed painting video on, I don't know if I put it on YouTube or not. It might be, but it's definitely on Facebook. So look at those. Aren't they awesome? Yeah, these work. You can see them better with flash. Woohoo! You know what? I did turn that off. Maybe that. Yeah, there you go. Okay, let's paint. You guys ready to paint? You want to paint? Let's paint. Oh, I didn't swatch these. Oh well. They're basically the colors you see there. These are pretty much, they're just high chrome. Some of them are a bit shifty, but it's not like a chameleon set. It's just a very sparkly, you know, some of them shift, like green to blue, purple to blue, blue to purple. Yeah, they're chameleon. Don't mind me. All right. So I'm going to do all three of these at the same time. Because I have 3 hands. Didn't y'all know? And I'm going to do it with the brush that it comes with, if I can get it out. I'm going to do it with this thing. See, it's all bent and everything. But I did the originals with the brush, so I'm going to do it just the same way. Hi, Jax. Hello. Hi, Lolo. Hello. Okay. So for my mediator, my moderators, like I'm in court, right? Sorry. No, moderators. If you can, my sweet IT peeps, scroll back and I don't know if you can, but log everybody's name for me because you love me, right? If someone makes a comment, will you write down their name? Thank you. Glenda's going to do a giveaway. I appreciate it. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start light to dark. So, and we're going to be working with this one. So I'm going to move these. And this is a Prang grade school watercolor set. And my watercolor triple size swatch dot cards. These are thick with paint. Thick, thick, thick swatches of paint. Can you see that? All right. So I'm going to start with light. Let's go. I'm just basically going to drop the colors in where they need to be. Can you guys see okay? Okay. Then on this one, I'm going to put just a bit of that here. And on our Hummingbird, just at the line right there. And on our Cowgirl, she's got a lot of the yellow in her skirt for the highlights. So anywhere the ruffles would be on top, like up here, like on the, you know, upper parts, mine just kind of got drowned out, so. So we're going to put the light yellow color on all of those bits there. And don't be precious with it. Just, it's really not a big deal. Watercolors, I know everybody says it's just not forgiving. It really, really is, because the splashy thing too, like outside of the lines, is really a thing. Like, don't stress about it. I do it on purpose on a lot of things too. And I'm not a professional watercolor artist, so this is just, you know, me sharing my own personal journey here. Okay. And then she's got some in her hat where the light might be, right? And a bit out here in the wings. Like so, and just a tad. That's a lot more than a tad. And then the flowers in here, just here and there, you know, no biggie. These are, I believe now they're gladiolas, but before I think it was wheat in the one I painted before, so we're going to go with it. Okay. Yeah, this is the original version. They changed it a bit when I had it when I reprinted it this time because I couldn't find my other file. But similar, close. Anyways, a bit in the boot down the front. Okay, brush. Now we're going to go to the next color, which, let's see, from there, let's go to a little bit of this orange here, mainly on her. And then we'll be coming back with, well, I'll go ahead and do that now. Just a tad. Actually, I'm going to use this one. The red orange. I think it's supposed to be red, but it's more of like a Chinese red orange. And just right here. Can you guys see okay? Hi, Connie. I'm using a little brush from the Prang kit. Like that. Okay. And then right here. Okay. Now let's go to green. I'm going to use the very... Also, up in the top here, I have the disposable palette sheets. I just cut them to the size. I put them in my watercolor tins too, so that I have a place to mix. And there, it gives you a better mixing palette to where it doesn't just bead right back up into a little bubble or whatever. That's why these mixing palettes are really good. The palette paper. Thank you, Deborah, for giving me a couple more packs of those. Sometimes they're called dental mixing pads. They look like this. And you just tear off the sheet when you need it. And they work for all paint. What am I doing? Green. Okay, green is going on all three as well, but I'm going to start here on the Hummingbird so that I can get these layers in there. So we're going to come around the face there, here. Much like that. Add some into our plants. See how fast it's going? And I'm not being precious. Like I said, don't worry about staining the lines. Watercolor is watercolor. We're going to be adding more colors in these, so no biggie. Oh, that Lori's put the link up there, Lori. Oh, it's so beautiful. This guy from Britain's Got Talent, right? Or I think that's what it is. Anyways, I instantly started crying. You got me earlier. I had goosebumps on my goosebumps. You guys ever hear music like that? Just completely, you're dead after you hear it, right? So this is the turquoise-ish, teal, aqua, whatever you guys call it. Go in there. Not all the way down, and then kind of maybe pull some back out so it's not really changing your green. And then just clear water at the juncture to blend the two. Same color. I'm going to use it around the leaf area here just to give us some interesting colors. Also, a little bit right here on the wing. Darker green. I'm going to start over here on this one. I missed the light green over here, so we'll be coming back. I just kind of stick to one side because the water will pull it through. It's kind of like that. And just willy-nilly. I'm going to add a little bit of that, a little bit back in there. Oops. Rinse your brush, sister. Okay, where are we? Oh, I need to go back and grab this. And then we are going to be hitting it with brown in a bit, so. To the darker green. This is lighter green, I mean. I think I said darker, but I meant lighter. If I said lighter, I don't know. I don't know, even. Alright, go to this blue. Just follow the palette, right? So there's a lot of blue. Actually, I think I lost the denim in her skirt on this one. So we're just going to add it back in, but I'm going to take some of this color back out a little bit. We're going to just make brown. There's supposed to be a denim bit here. So we're going to put it back. And we'll build that. Okay. And then she is a blue-haired fairy. So just gonna color her hair, and then we'll do darker blue and some highlights with the chameleons, which makes it very fun. Okay, there's blue, lots of blue in her wings. Right, blue in our Hummer. start building that out down there. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Becky. It really is easy once you get past the intimidation of the watercolor. Like, think of it like coloring with a pencil, especially with the little dang brush that's in there. I mean, it's stupid, it's dinky, but you guys are watching. I'm not doing anything special. Literally. I have a paper towel over here that I dot off on sometimes if I get too much paint. I make sure my watercolors have, you know, they're nice and wet so that when you grab your paint, it's not too heavy. If it's not, add some more water and give it a swirl, right? So, okay. I don't, oh yeah, there's blue over here too. Got lots of it. Just dab it. No biggie. Doesn't matter if you make a mess, it's fine. Because we're going to come back with blue and purple in these. I don't even know what kind of flowers they are. You do new. That. Pardon me. Okay, the darker blue, which is like an aquamarine kind of. Dot. Now I'm going to be a little bit precious here with the dotting. Just touching, because the other one is still damp, so it's a really cool effect. You get this like sort of bleeding feathering look, like you would maybe see on a hummingbird, you know? And then where the colors come together. Plain damp brush. Got a little carried away there. And then blend out these harsh lines. And if you have to go grab another color again, grab it. There's no rules. Okay, I'm going to flip this over so I have a little bit more control here. We have a nice dark section. I'm going to go ahead and grab the purple right now so that I can use it while it's wet. I'm actually pulling some color out just a little bit if I can get it to lift. This is going to be fuchsia. Just should have started with that, but it probably works better like this anyways. Okay, since we're working with that color, let's go ahead and bring this just a bit up around the cheek back here. And then there's a lot of this color in these wings. I like to just put like a little bit like that, and then when it dries, just use clean water and then do a very light wash there. That dry just for a bit. The tail needs some there too. A little bit of dotting darker green here. Okay, and then fuchsia in the fuchsia flower. Actually, I think this is supposed to be the leaf, but we're gonna leave it green because I think it was supposed to be part of the flower, but I'm actually gonna make this bigger. Then I'm going to add a little bit right here of the fuchsia. And then we're going to go with purple. Right up in here. Right up here. Okay, now let's let this dry. Or no, sorry, I missed the dangles on the fuchsia. No biggie, right? There you go. Simple. Hi, Connie. Yep, they are part of a kit. It was on the table sale. Actually, I think that's dry enough now. I'm just going to grab a tiny bit of the purple, make it very watery, and then just water and pull this down. Like that. And dry brush, or not dry, but damp. Pull some of that back out. And then with the purple, and it's dark, so you want to be like just a damp brush, dark purple. And this brush is cool because it turns into a point, so it's ridiculous. It comes, but it does hold a nice point, which is important with watercolor. So I'm gonna just hit the tops of these. And to get the point, so you get it, see how it's all, so you want to roll it to get the point. Okay, a little more of this blue in here. All right, let that dry, and then we'll come back with the brown and black in that one. Okay, let's go back over to Cowgirl and the Bee. All right, Missy, we're gonna go ahead and get her skin going, which this praying set has a skin tone. It's so cool. And all you got to do if you want to darken it or lighten it, there's a white and a brown. Super cool because it's a nice peachy cream color. Beautiful all by itself. Actually, take it back. I'm going to start with black, which the black praying is pretty darn black. See that? So we want very, very diluted because we're going to make shadows first. Okay. I'm just touching the edge of the towel, not on the tip, but up here to take some of that water out so it doesn't drip. Okay, so I'm going to put a shadow where you would maybe see one. So like up under her dress here. You see there? Back here, where there might be a shadow. Right around the ruffle, like that. Maybe around the knee, up here a bit. This inside of the leg. Okay, and then the sleeve. And then on her ruffles, that's too dark. Okay. So up under the ruffle. And then down the darker folds. Now we made this part up here, the denim part, so we're going to fake it like there's a ruffle there. Okay, it's starting to come together, yeah? A little bit. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and drop the fuchsia. And she's got a lot of fuchsia in her clothes. So her skirt's basically one big fuchsia with some highlights that we already put in there first. So you don't, once you put those down, you don't have to be, you just don't want to have your paint so dark that it covers everything up. So let me show you here. See, that's pretty dark. So we want to add some water to that and make it more fluid so it becomes transparent. And basically just drop it in there everywhere else. And leave a little bit of the light so that it looks like, you know, it's flashing some highlights in the skirt. And then her shirt is pretty much all fuchsia and purple, so we're gonna just go ahead and do a coat of this, or a wash of this, I guess. If when you get your set, your praying set in your kit, if you get a kit, and there's like a long, make sure you look at your brush first, because like the first one I had, it had a long piece on it. Just trim it off. Don't trim your end because you need the point. Just trim the little long piece. The point is important. I'm taking out some of the dark around the breasts because they poke out, so they're a little, they got a highlight. All right, put a little bit of this in the wings here. All right, let's come back with the skin now, since that's dry. And we're just basically gonna do the whole thing. One color, and then we're going to come back and do the, shading shot, whatever. We're gonna add the details later. You don't want this so dark that she looks like a Barbie doll, but because this is basically the highlight on her skin right now, because we already put the shadow in. So right now we're doing the highlight, and then we're going to come back and do like some red or pink around the knees and stuff. Okay. I just dropped the skin tone in. It's definitely not done. If you look at the one I did last time, it has a little bit of pink and brown and other strange things in there. See, there's not like major details in the face. Just, you make it appear. You're tricking their eyes. Tricking the eyes. Okay, we're going to let that dry for a minute. Let's play with the bee. Mr. BB. Okay, I'm going to go back to the blue and grab a little bit of that. Just a very little bit. And make it very, very sheer. Just pop that on the wing. Like that. And then a little fuchsia in here. That was a little too dark. And grab a little bit of that blue and pop it back in here. All right. Now, whoops. Let's do brown. And do that head brown. All right. Basically the shadows, yeah. We're saving black for last so that if it messes up our water, it doesn't mess up our painting. I like to make the bee fuzz kind of a brown color. Alright, some brown in the plant. Okay, and now we're going to come in with the black, which is very black on a bee, so you don't want it too diluted. We're going to start right down here, just a tiny, tiny bit. And then you're going to do the bee black bits. And then just be a little fluffy with it at the where they come together. We're going to come back in a bit and do touch-ups and stuff, so don't worry if you get a little heavy-handed with your black, no biggie. Also, there's going to be a shadow under this wing, so we're going to add that here in a second. Okay, very light. Remember when we're doing the shadows, very light with the black. So it's going to be under here and here. Like that. Good night, Allison. Thank you, guys. You're way too nice. It is pretty easy. I'm showing you guys. You can do it with a little baby brush and grade school paint. I promise, my paint's not, I mean, it's pretty, it's twinkly, but it's not special, you know? I mean, it is special because I don't want to downgrade it, but you can do beautiful work with inexpensive things. Absolutely. I was gonna do the butterfly, but I try, I don't do justice on the butterflies. I'm very, I don't know, heavy-handed and like they're delicate, you know. So there's also some shadow there, a little bit. Oops, dropped my brush. That is a problem. It's tiny. Okay. Alright, once you get the black in, you do want to let it dry just a bit before you go making it less uh, dark. You want to lighten it up. But we're going to do the legs and the antenna. See, I'm not being fussy. In the eye. And I am not one of those people who gets weird about white. You know what I mean? If you want to leave the white, leave the white. If you want to do it all black and then dot the white, do that. Because that's how I roll. I use a pen most of the time to get the white, but I might try it this way this time. There. Leave that. And then we'll do the legs. And then if you wanted the highlight, you would just like paint a little space there and leave the highlight. See how small this brush gets? I mean, you can do little tiny details with it. Good night, Heather. Okay. Now, if you take your brush and separate it with your fingers, like so. You guys see that? Leave it like that, like a fan, okay? Then touch your black like that. Make sure it's not crazy dark. You can get, here, let me make a liar. Let's make a liar out of me. You can do a little bit of furs. Like through the yellow. So you have some of those, like, you know, when they, have you ever seen a bee up close? Like when they're flying by, they have like all kinds of colors in there. There, like that. Then take just water, and soften up the black. Oops, this one needs to be darker. Okay, it got washed out. Okay, just the water again, and soften this out right here. But don't make it bleed too bad, because then it'll all just be gray. You see how it's getting fuzzy and fluffy? That's what you were looking for. Fuzzy and fluffy. If you get black down in the yellow, pull it back out. Just dry your brush a little, and then you can draw up the water a bit. Now scrub it like you would if you were cleaning, and then that'll make it fuzzy. So next one, just water. Get wet and then scrub. just water, straight in the middle. I'm just using this black to make a little shadow over here, and then scribbing at the line. See, I think it looks pretty fluffy. I am going to add a little bit of the yellow back in, so we get our bee back. There. Hello, Mr. B. You're looking very fancy there, sir. Alright, I think I'm pretty much done with him until we do the, actually I lied. Until we do the, fun, glittery, my paint, you know, the chameleon stuff. So, just a little bit of brown on the legs. Okay. Okay, cowgirl. Back over here. Okay, we're going to do her hat with the brown. Doing the darker part. Yeah, just a touch of black here. And just water. Trying to get that worn look, not just all brown, you know. Like so. And then grab your black, like just very tip. Do the shadow here. Little shadow on her face. And right here at the hat band. Alright, I think I'm good with her hat. What do you think? Holy cow. My hands are getting old people skin. Or, wrinkly. I am an old people. So, I guess it's fitting, right? Alright, so in the skin, I'm going to grab this pink. And, oh, come on. Make it super light. We want to add it like in the ear. And the cheeks. The nose. Under the chin. And down the front of the chest just a bit. And then over on this side of the face and the eyelids. And in the palm of the hand, a little down the wrist here, knuckle, inside of the arm, knuckles, fingers. We kind of lost the fingers there, but oh well. Okay, you want the knee to be a little bit pink. And then we're going to mix a little brown here. And just brown, like oops. She's been out in the pasture working in the red dirt. Listen, darling, get out of the self-tanner. Well, Might have made her a little bit. Might have to deepen her skin here a bit. Oopsie. It's okay. We can do this. She's a farm. She works on a farm. I grew up on a farm. We all had a tan back then. Okay, that's good enough. Quit messing with it. The more you mess with it, the worse. The worse, the worse. I'm gonna put some yellow in here to brighten that up. And then work on her shirt with the purple. And her, oh, I forgot to do the belt. Okay, actually. All right, purple. So we're coming down the collar. My brush is too wet. Get down the collar. In the front where it fastens together. Like that. And then we're going to do the pockets. Right here at the shoulder. And these wrinkles. Or we're going to put some wrinkles. Starting to come together, eh? Okay, we're going to call that done. Now we're going to work on the denim in her skirt. So I'm going in with the dark blue now. And then right up here at the under the belt, it's black. Together, a little black under the denim for the shadow. Sorry, bump. Okay, that's good enough there. So for her hair, or let's do her hat band. I think I'm just going to do a pink wash. Just a blue dot here and there. Make it look like that. And the belt buckle. Let that dry for a second. Alright, dark blue in the hair now to do the details. Alright. And her face. Here we go again. I have some fuchsia over on our paper here. I'm just dabbing it, getting it, reactivating it so I don't get too much. And just touch. And I always mess up lips, so let's touch. And I still do. Now she got big ones, big lips. Okay, good enough. Alright, let's make her eyes. What color we want her eyes? Should we do this pretty green? Oh, I forgot to do her boots. Hello. Can't just have weird looking boots, huh? I will be sending these out just random to not necessarily for any particular purpose, but just as little gifts. But they are in, these aren't, but the ones that you can order them any way you want. These are 3x3, but you can order them in ATC, 2.5 by 3.5, or 5x7, 4x4, 8.5 by 11, however you want it. Okay, I'll call that one good until we do the fun stuff in a minute. All right, so that's the girl and the bee, cowgirl and the bee, and our hummingbird is very close to almost being done as well. So we got to do the beak, and you need a point. So roll. Make sure it's not too wet. And start at the tip very light-handed. And then do a triangle here, just a point. And then leave the very top so you have like a little highlight there on the beak. Can you see it? Okay. Then for the eye, it's like an almond. The little bitty dot. And then just a little bit. The little feet. Oops. Got a little carried away there. See if I can fix that little. Okay, let that dry for a bit right there. Goodness. Goodness, goodness, girl. Okay, I'm going to take a bit of the blue here. Right, and the tail. Some black. Oops. Watch that water. It looks like I'm going to be a disaster with it tonight. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it alone because I'm really good at messing it up going too far. The bird, anyways. Just little shadows here and there. Okay, I think I'm done there. Okay, fun part coming up. Okay, I lied, one more thing. Oh well. Okay, feet. Feet are feet. Feet's the feet. Okay, now I'm gonna grab this guy and we're going to have the fun time. Okay, here they are. And you can use a pipette or you can just, dab it with your brush a little. I'm just going to use a tiny, tiny bit because you don't want it to go all the way through to the card, right? There is quite a bit of paint on the card though, so it probably wouldn't go all the way through to the card. Did I put some there? I don't think I did. Okay, so on our bird, let's do a little bit of this pretty yellow, golden yellow right here and here. This deeper turquoise up in here. This dark blue color. It's a green, actually. A nice, beautiful, vivid green. And this bright green. And that pinky color there. And then I'm going to leave this purple color and blend these three colors together. And you have one beautiful blinging bird body. And then over here on the wing, fun. Okay. This kind of fun green color. Okay, good enough for me. Isn't that pretty? So with the bee, similar. We're going to use this color here. And just kind of feather it in. Not the whole thing, but just kind of like. And then, actually, I'm going to do the flare brush thingy. Like that. On the tips. And bring it over the black a bit. Oh yeah, that's pretty, huh? Isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness. Oh, bee, you're so pretty. You're so pretty. Okay, let's see the wings. I think I'm actually going to use on the wings. Yes, I've absolutely fallen in love with this color here. It's like an icy blue. It's so pretty. Yes. I'm not being precious. Just lobbing it in there. These crumbs are amazing. Amazing. It's a little bit wet there. I'm going to dot some of that off. These may not even be real flowers in real, you know what I mean? It's just a fictional whatever. It's Wanda's world. I actually have some creatures that I'm going to be sharing pretty soon, and they're so beautiful. Okay. And I love this color over here. Okay, done with the bee. Cowgirl. I'm going to add a little bit of this brown. Black on the ground. Okay. So for the wings, let's do the other fun bits. This has two holographic colors in it too that I'm going to use in the wings. The pink and the silver are hollow. These, I think I'll just... It's the pink, so I don't waste it, because I just, you know, it's beautiful. Anyways, I was going to go over here to these guys. It's pretty yellow with pink flash. Oh yeah, this is the Spring Chameleon Light and Spring Chameleon Dark. Drawing off some of that water. Okay, for the highlights in her hair, and maybe a little bit here on her denim. Have you ever seen a more chromy green? Oh, I struggled for so long to find red and green chrome. We got it. Gonna be adding some little pops of pink here. You know, because she's a fairy, and this is like an ethereal. It's an ethereal land. And if I had time, I would do the background. Some, I don't know. I like stormy skies in all my stuff. Like, isn't that the most brilliant pink? I love it. I'll have to turn the flash off so you can actually see these. Sometimes it's too, the light's too bright, so it just drowns it out. pink. Okay. Good enough. There. And the boot. The boot. Let's do this pretty color here. These boots are made for walking. And that's just what I'll do. And these, I'm going to put a belt buckle. And then for her shirt, that God's Light here. Oops, that's too crazy. There we go. And I don't want the whole shirt like that. I just, because it's kind of a plaid. So I'll have to. Okay. All right, Fairy. I'm gonna turn off the flash so we can see it in both ways. What do you guys think? All right, that is. Trying to make sure I have the right ones that I did tonight, because I have my original 3 over here too. So here's tonight's. Here's the original. I don't know where the Cowgirl went. She just, oh, there she is. There's the original Cowgirl. She had a watch. I don't know where that went. She also had fairy wings, but now she has butterfly wings. But I don't know. I can't find my original file, so I had it recreated. It's a little different, but anyways, I do like my first version better. I might try to go hunt that down. I like the skirt better because it was a tie off, so it was denim here with a tie off like scarf hanging off. I'm just kind of lost. Anyways, I'm gonna quit yapping at you. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the whole watercolor beginner kit idea? There is a rock portion available. How it works is for $35 you get the prints, the prang, the card. Gosh, there's so much more. There's the what's it called? Galaxy Opal Glitter Whip. You get that. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. I'll find the picture and post it in the event so you guys can see what all's in there. But it depends on what size you pick, but there's between 4 and 9 images in the thing for $35, and you can upgrade to 45. And what was the 45? Tissue prints was 45. You can add tissue prints for 40. Everything in 35 plus tissue prints is 45. And then for the next level up, I don't recall it offhand, but anyways, you can add 2 rocks, which are not guaranteed to be Santorini, but they're guaranteed to be friendly with watercolor. So there's that. That's me, coming out here with not a lot of information. But I think that my first one is probably a little better than my second one. Anyway, so these will be going out to you guys. Ta-da! Thank you for joining me. Happy Wednesday night, and I'm hoping to be on next week again. Hopefully I can get all these orders out tomorrow and the next day, and then have some more time to... I have so much stuff I need to make. I'm out of so much stuff from the sale, so I got to catch up and restock. So I'm probably going to be buried for a while restocking and you know, getting my products made. But there is the soft body is, I'm coming out with a whole line of colors, and then not just metallic but regular colors. And then I'm expanding my own well, it's not my own. I have a thing right now with Paul Rubens Watercolor Company, so I'm going to be having a 24 palette set. I'm working on the branding right now. Anyways, that's going to be available on a beta test, so if you're interested in that, let me know. It'll be at a small discount if you want to test it out, and let me know what you think of it. But these are some of those colors, and it is Chinese watercolor, which is amazing, you guys. If you've ever played with Japanese, Chinese and Japanese are very similar, like Kiritake, Gansai Tenbai, those types of paints. That's what these are. Some are granulating, some are less, but they are incredibly gorgeous. Very, very beautiful colors. And you barely touch them with water, and they are super, super, super pigmented and saturated. Just gorgeous. The white is actually white, white watercolor that I put on top of the colors to see. And I just dropped it on there. I didn't like make it thick or nothing, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, some fun colors to look at. Yay! Send me a message, because there's only going to be like 17. So, yay! Okay, guys, I'm going to go, because I have a hard time saying goodbye. Love you. Come visit me on Facebook. Creative Rock Art and Foil Techniques. Or the Foiling Rock Lady. Bye!